And welcome to Hare Chevrolet Field in Noblesville, Indiana, for tonight's broadcast of IHSAA High School Football tonight on Hamilton County TV, and we're simulcast with the Fisher Sports Network. Tonight's game is presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 25 years in the business. And we'd also like to thank Noblesville Trophies, Community Health Network, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration, the Noblesville Chamber, and Bill Clifford for Sheriff. And Perry, this is the kind of game we didn't think we would see a couple of 0-2 teams coming into Week 3, especially with Noblesville and Fishers.
Yeah, both teams are I know, very, very disappointed because they had high hopes going in this season here. But this starts the Hoosier Crossroad Conference, so this is a big one here tonight. Want to give a shout-out to that Fisher Sports Network, okay? Joey Cerrone and Ben Johnson, Luke Dillon, and Mike Burnt, the crew who normally announces the Fisher Sport Network sporting events, and welcome, and we're excited about the partnership. We got something to live up to here tonight, right?
Yeah, they, along with us, are affiliates and partnered up with on the IHSAA Champions Network at IHSAATV.org. So any Friday night you can go to our friend Rick's website, IHSAATV.org, and find your game. You go to either. You can find Fisher's at Noblesville tonight, opening up Hoosier Crossroads Conference play. Elsewhere in the HCC tonight, a big one, our second game tonight over on HCTV2.com. It'll be Avon visiting Hamilton Southeastern. Jack and Victor will have the call for you there.
They're probably calling ours the second game over there. What do you think? Huh? But both of them are being shared on Facebook here tonight, and also this game, since this is two county schools, is also on YouTube and, of course, on HCTV.1, and as Craig said, it's also on IHSAA TV. So a multi places that you can listen to this game tonight.
Tell them guys about the new phone app.
Oh, yes, and you can also download the new IHSAA TV app to your iPhone or your iPad and watch the games live. And also, if you've got Apple TV, if you've got a Roku or an Amazon Fire, and I've been learning about Amazon Fire with a Fire Stick lately, we may switch up our home, viewing, if you will. And so many ways that this that our network can be watched and viewed. And later on tonight, this game will be archived at hctvsports.com on demand anytime you want to watch. Other games elsewhere in the area, Westfield visiting Zionsville. Westfield making their presence known at 2-0, 6A number 12 in this week's poll, both polls. Zionsville staying in the top 10 at number 7 in the AP, 10 in the coaches. They're 1-1. Center Grove at Carmel, always one of the biggest games of the night in Week 3. Franklin is visiting Brownsburg. Hamilton Heights heads to Lewis Cass, and always a tough test. And oddly enough, both of those teams, the Huskies and the Cass Kings, are both 0-2 heading into that battle. Guerin Catholic headed down Benford Boulevard a little bit, if you will, to Heritage Christian to meet another 2-0 foe, as Coach Dilly and company will face Kyle Ray and in his second season at Heritage Christian. Sheridan, they're heading up north to Sharpsville to play Tri-Central tonight. Lawrence Central, the battle of, I guess they call it the Larry Bowl. Lawrence Central will be at Lawrence North, a pair of 2-0 teams. A surprising 2-0 Lawrence North that we saw a couple weeks ago.
That's a good football team.
Yeah, they can run the ball. And another one, Kevin O'Shea taking his 2-0 North Central Panthers to Warrior Stadium to face Warren Central tonight, who's 1-1 after they got knocked off by Louisville Trinity in Week 2 last week. And a big one also in the mix tonight, Pike is at Ben Davis. Ben Davis, number 1 in both polls, and Pike cracked the top 15 at number 15 in 6A in the coaches poll this week.
Well, we're certainly excited for this game. Got two great coaches here, Craig and Jason Simmons and Rick Wimmer, and I've talked to both of them here this week, and they're both disappointed, but they also know this is a big game for both teams. But this is no excuse, but both teams have faced a lot of sickness and a lot of injury. So, it's about the strength and depth of your football teams on who will be ready tonight to play this game, because it's going to be a battle, as it always is.
One player that got knocked out in week one against Lawrence North for Noblesville, junior, 6'1", 205-pound safety Zach Tuane, who can honestly be accounted for as a linebacker with his size, but he's walking around with a boot on his right foot, so he's nursing his, I believe it's his ankle, so obviously Rutherford's going to step up for him, along with the other safety will be Wyatt Blades, who's played pretty good so far this season, and he was nicked up against Lawrence North 2 weeks ago. And so this, Noblesville's defense, they will be tested once again, and hopefully they have the services of Dalton Davis back, along with
I talked
Max
to Double
Ely.
D before the game here, and he's ready to go here. One thing about the Fishers Tigers, this is a team that's won the state. Here they come.
And there come the Millers from the north, the Tigers from the southwest part of the end zone. Both teams retreating to the field. We got about 3 minutes until kickoff, and it's, like we said earlier, it's odd to see that these two programs coming to week 3 at 0-2, and one of these teams will be 0-3 heading into week 4 action, and it gets no easier, Perry.
Oh, absolutely not for either team. And the one thing about it is, man, look at that cheer block over there, the Fishers Tigers. They're ready for the zone. They're ready for AC to get here and check them out. So are the Noblesville Millers, and there's nothing better than 6A football and Hoosier Crossroad Conference.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, like I said, for either of these two teams. Fishers goes home next week for the Mudsock with Southeastern.
Oh, what a battle that'll be.
That will be. You've got a couple nicked up teams, and hopefully by week 4 they can get healthier. Noblesville goes to Westfield to Riverview Health Stadium next Friday, which will be a dandy of a ball game, and we'll see what Westfield does tonight, as they will be at Zionsville. And that'll be an interesting road test for Coach Gilbert and company over there tonight. And next week, our game of the week will be Noblesville at Westfield along. Actually, that is our lone broadcast.
That's our only game next week.
That's our lone broadcast next week would be.
That's a big one. And, Coach Gilbert, winning the 5A state championship, part of the Hoosier Crossroad Conference here, winning that championship has been big for Westfield. They have that new stadium over there. It's always a joy and a treat to go over there in this new stadium after so many years of being 3, 4, and 5A football, and now 6. And in the beginning, they had actually a 1A stadium over there, Craig. So it's great to see that facility over here. Hey, and we got a new turf here at Noblesville. It looks really good.
Noblesville's got the new turf out. I believe the old turf field was 10 years old. So that in turf world, it's time to replace it.
You're over the hill.
Yeah. You got that right, and I'll slip this under here so I can take some notes, and hopefully I don't get any bad reports on my story in the morning in the Reporter.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting ready to kick this game off, and it's a big one.
Noblesville going to kick things off. To start out, it'll be Jack Knight, 5'10" junior, going to be kicking off, and it looks like down there to return. If I can get my... It's like Jeffrey Brown, number 38. And 43, Emmanuel Davis, a sophomore and a junior, respectively. At 7 o'clock, and it's time for HCC football. Glad you joined us here on Hamilton County TV and the Fisher Sports Network. Kind of a high end-over-end kick to the 24, where it looks like number 15, Isaiah Dunnick, will down that thing. where Fishers will go to work.
We're getting ready here. Fishers Tigers huddle up over there in the corner before they come on the field here.
It's kind of odd that he didn't run that a little further up.
Yeah.
Nonetheless,
here we go.
1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. And they will go to work. Joe Vore, the quarterback, hands it off to number 38. That is Jeffrey Brown on the carry for Fishers.
You know, you'll see, and in fact, Coach Wimmer talked about it on the show, you'll see several different running backs.
We got a flag already.
Yeah, holding on Fishers.
That'll mark it back 10 yards already, and that's not a good start in the first play from scrimmage for the Fishers Tigers.
But you'll see a lot of running backs tonight here for the Tigers and for both teams, okay? You're going to see a lot of running backs.
That's why I thought it was kind of off a little bit, but that's how Lawrence North operates, and I'm sure that Kevin O'Shea with North Central, how they do, but North Central had a rotation of 6 or 7 in there that I had on, at least on my stat sheet. I mean, that's just rotating a lot of backs in and out. Colin Stats went in motion. The ball looked like it may have skipped, but completed. Donovan McFarland, 21. That was on 2nd and 20. He picked up, it looks like 5 yards. Check that, 6 yards.
Both cheer blocks are heating up, Craig.
2nd down and 14 from their own 21. Ball is on the turf, and here's the rush. Jenick and Chase Yedon almost picked off there by number 42 of Noblesville. Kenya Jenkins, a 6'2", 235-pound junior. That's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's seeing more time because of a few injuries in there, so that pass incomplete, almost picked off, and that brings up 3rd and 14 from their own 21. I checked that from their own 21-yard line.
Big down for the Fishers Tigers here. They need to desperately pick up a first down and get this football moving down the field.
Twins to the near side. It's going to be McFarland and Colin Stats. And trying to pick out who that.
Looked like a little mix-up there because we got a timeout.
Wow. Fishers calls their first timeout, not even a full minute into the ball game, so it's got to, A, be frustrating for Rick Wimmer, and B, it's got to be a huge step for Noblesville's defense after being shut out last week, 31-0.
Absolutely, and, you know, the one thing about it, so was the same thing. Here's a replay.
That gave Jenick and Yedon a nice angle to Vore in the backfield, and he got pressured. Now I think he almost threw on his back foot. 3rd and 14 out of the timeout. 3 wide with Brown in the pistol. A little slant in and hardly anything, if anything.
So it looks like the Fisher Tigers are going to have to punt here from around, looks like, what, the 22?
It's like a 1-yard pickup there.
Rusey's back for the Millers.
That's going to go.
Nice punt.
Calls a fair catch at about his own 25. They'll mark him at the 24.
Well, here's the first opportunity for the Millers to run their offense. You know, some of the key points here, talking to Coach Simmons about on the offense, they got to win that line of scrimmage, which last week they took a beating up front. And they got to read those key defenders that Fishers have, and they got to compete on the perimeter. So 3 things there that Miller's got to do against Fishers here.
First and 10 at their own 24. Gremmel back to pass, going up and almost complete to Christian Collier. The tailback out of the backfield was lined up. Good pass by Gremmel, and I think Collier kind of lost himself there as he went up for the ball, but beautiful pass on first down nonetheless. And we may see some different, actually we're already seeing some different personnel in there for Noblesville, as we see number 9, Carson Sanders, sophomore. Looks like Barnes and Lucas Williams, a little double tight.
A lot of shifting.
Collier in motion, gets the handoff, comes off left side, and might have gotten a yard up to the 25-yard line. Bring up 3rd and 9 at the 25.
Michael Milton on the tackle for the Tigers.
A big 3rd down for obviously the offense and Fisher's defense, because having to punt, and that was a beautiful punt last time out there by Joey Galley. Oh, the ball out of the hands of Gremmel. Evades, and he's sacked back there at the 10-yard line, so a 15-yard loss. There's a bad snap there by the center. And it's going to be
Connie on the tackle there for Fishers.
4th and 24. Check that. 4th and 19. As he lost 10 yards, did Grant Gremmel. And that'll force from his own end zone. Jack Knight's a punt. That ball out of bounds.
You know, Craig, here these first series of downs on both sides, the center hiking the ball has been a difficult situation there.
So
not a very good punt here.
Not a good punt. That gives Fishers a 1st and 10 at Noblesville's 39. So great field position for the Tigers, as both teams with 3 and outs on their first possessions now. Fishers
got great field position for Fishers, though.
Should be a little more poised here on offense. They've got not as big of a field to work, as now Vore pro set under center with Brown in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to Brown, looking, going up the field, and almost picked off right into the into the breadbasket. It looked like Zach Groover almost picked that ball off. He played that like a receiver from his corner slot. Probably kicking himself on that one.
Of course, the one thing about it with Fishers, Craig, Vore's got a good arm now. He can throw the football.
Vore's a 6'1", 188-pound junior. And it's tight end in there, Dunnick, 6'3", 218. Brown in the backfield. Hands it off to Brown this time, does Vore. Finds room up the left side and picks up about 9 on the, it looks like about 8 on the carry.
Groover on the tackle for the Millers. Nice pickup by Brown, though.
3rd and 2 at the Noblesville 31-yard line. Lots going on tonight, Perry.
Yeah, absolutely. Brown's a bruising back, but 6'1", 200 pounds. 201, they got him listed.
Just a sophomore is Brown. Vore hands it off and stood up at the line. Looks like he's being pushed forward. He might have got a yard down to the 30.
Somebody's helmet came off, it looks like. It looks like a Miller helmet.
If it's popped off, it's one thing. If his player takes it off in frustration, he's got to sit out and play.
He's got to come out, yeah.
Yep, Eddie Jennings got to come out.
He also got the tackle there, too. So
that's bonus reward for that. And I guess Jacob Ham, who been making a difference. Actually, that's 46, Dylan Rutherford. in there. 4th and 1 at the Noblesville 30. Handoff is to Brown, and he finds room to the outside, gets past Groover, and Groover knocks him out of bounds at about the 22, where he picks up the first down by either team tonight.
You know, Craig, that's one thing. Brown being that big bruising back, and with that speed, he wasn't, it was tough for old Zach Groover there.
Watch how he finds room on the replay here. He finds room to bust himself outside the tackles.
Yeah, he was going off.
He sees where the pile is, and he bounces out.
And it was just a foot race to that corner.
Size mismatch with Groover.
Yeah, he just kind of pushed Groover out.
Or back to pass, completes it to number 84, Bryce G. That'll be a first down. 14-yard pickup there. Gives Fishers a 1st and goal at the Noblesville 8. So they're taking advantage of this short field, starting this drive from the Miller 39.
This is an important series of downs for the Fishers Tigers.
And Noblesville's defense steps up. And it looks like about a yard gain. Jenick on the tackle.
Eddie Jenick seems to be everywhere tonight.
Seems to be a little explosive.
The Millers don't need to be scored on, and the Fishers Tigers need to score bad. So
they're both feeling it after that, each of them having
being blank last week.
First drive of 3 and out, and both teams getting shut out. Fishers 43-0 and Noblesville 31-0 at the hands of a couple mixed schools. Four gets snap, hands it off to Brown. Stood up again. God. And that is Eddie Jenick, number 10. Brings up 3rd down, and it's a loss of 3 there by Brown.
Barnes coming in the game for the Millers here.
He'll come in there at a linebacker slot. 5:35 and counting here in the first quarter. Wind's blowing. Bohr under center. Fakes the handoff to Brown, goes to the end zone and completes it to number 15. That is Isaiah Dunnick.
He was covered by Cody Lynch over there, but they did a great job getting the ball to. Here's a replay on it. Let's take a look at this, Craig. Goes back. Good pressure by the Millers, but wide open over there. Good pass.
It looked like Cody Leach didn't turn around in time.
Yeah. They're going for 2.
And a 2-point run there by number 7. Colin Stats, no good.
I know it's really early in the game, but that could be a huge play there.
That is huge when you don't convert either the point after or the 2-point conversion.
Here's a replay once again.
Ben Groover at Marion. Zach Groover.
Zach Groover.
His younger brother. Saw someone down there with a Marion jacket about 10 rows down.
So with 5:21 left to go here in the first quarter, Fishers draws first blood, and they're up 6-0. Want to welcome all the fans on the Fisher Sports Network, also on Hamilton County TV. Welcome and thank you for watching here. We're also on Facebook and YouTube, so in the Indiana High School Athletic Association TV. So there's plenty of places to watch this game. Here's a kick.
Kick by Ben Norton. Back there, and Rusi will catch it just beyond the goal line for a touchback. And Noblesville will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Craig, in watching last week's game against Pike, I think the reason Wick Wimmer, even with Norton kicking, went for 2 instead of 1 there was to they've been having trouble with the long snappers, okay? In fact, they had 1 block last week and a punt block. So Coach Rick Wimmer thought to go with the 2-point conversion.
Oh, Gremmel having trouble with his center. If you talk about snappers and centers.
That might have been a more Gremmel. I think he was trying to take it away. As you see right there, Ryan Barnes talking to Gremmel about settle down now. We're all right.
Yep. The senior helping out the junior. And so that's a loss of 7 on the play. 2nd and 17 from their own 13. Gremmel hands it off. This time, nope, fakes the handoff to Blevins. Goes Carson Sanders.
I think he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Beautiful catch, though, by Sanders. Sanders, 6'3", 195. That's a sophomore, Perry.
Yeah, both coaches are playing a lot of young kids because of injuries and sickness. I mean, you know, both these teams are depleted. I mean, you know, you see a lot of guys on the sidelines that have jerseys on and don't have a uniform on both sides. So
yeah, you see a freshman and a sophomore on the offensive line. Actually, the tackle slots for Fishers, Jonah Vanderkamp, a freshman, and Hayden Tobias, a sophomore. Gremmel looks,
got plenty of time.
He's getting chased, though. Up the field he throws, and Collier tried to get to it. Looked like his left arm was kind of pulled on, but no call, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down. Grant Gremmel now 0 for 3 through the air.
Hopefully Noblesville can get a good punt off here because field position's becoming a huge part in this first half.
Yeah, especially when he's this deep. Jack Knight back there to punt once again. Another high sidewinding punt, and that one's going to be fumbled at the 40. And it looks like a rugby scrum.
Fishers came out with the football there.
So Fishers will have the ball pretty much the same spot at the Noblesville 40. Let's see what happened.
There's a replay on that.
It probably helped they had 2 returners.
Yeah, yeah, because they were both there.
4:27 left, first quarter of play. Fishers leads 6-0 and they have the ball back at Noblesville's 40 to start this drive. Bohr hands it off. Jeffrey Brown. Down near the 35. They'll mark him at the 36, so a 4-yard pickup.
Man, like I said, man, Brown is a bruising back.
He is a bruiser, and for a sophomore at 6'1", 201.
Got good explosive speed.
That's got to make Rick Wimmer happy for the next couple of years and the rest of this season. 2nd and 6. Oh, little movement up front. They're pointing at each other. Of course they're going to point.
No, you did.
No, you made me jump. It's going to be a false start. They'll mark it back 5 yards. Fisher's second penalty. 2 penalties for 15 yards. Obviously, if you see or hear wind in the microphones, folks,
it's pretty windy out there.
We're getting winds that are swirling, and Rich Harden, who's running the scoreboard tonight, he said we're getting some winds, and I believe rain was going to come up as far as Greenwood. Could come up this way from the effects of Hurricane Harvey, and shout out, and all those people need all the support that we can give them. 3.5 left, first quarter, or Vore passes, almost intercepted again. That's Zach Gruber. He's almost had 2 picks.
Bobby's getting that deep voice going.
Big 3rd down here for the Tigers. Third and 11 at the Noblesville 41. And the pistol is Vore. Looks, finds, picked off by number 33 of the Noblesville defense. And that is Austin Breidenthal, 6'1", 215-pound senior, picks off.
Yeah, let's take a look at that replay here. Vore back to throw.
Here he is at the 30. Stayed home a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Zeroed in on that. I'm not sure who he was throwing that ball to because there were no Tigers in the area for Vore to throw to, but he threw.
Of course, we were coming pretty tough at him, so he may have had to let it go quickly.
So Noblesville football at their own 30. Barnes at quarterback, handed off to Blevins. Blevins up the field he goes, across the 40 and up to the 41-yard line. So an 11-yard pickup and the first down for Noblesville. Picked up 11 on the play. 3 minutes left, first quarter, 6-0. Fisher's out in front. Noblesville just got their first down. Ryan Barnes at quarterback now with Blevins to his left. He'll run the ball now. And up, he gets a push up to the 45, so it looks like a 4-yard pickup there.
Talk about a bull.
That's your definition of bull in a china shop.
Yeah, right there, 6'4", 230-pound senior. And it always amazes me on the program here, listed position athlete, because I know I don't know the second game how many positions, but I know he played 8 different positions on the first game. So, and I'm sure that he did the same thing.
2nd down and 6 at their own 45. In motion comes Collier. Hands it off to Collier. He'll come off left side and finds room up across the 50, and good enough for Noblesville first down. He'll get himself, Collier does, to the 47-yard line. That'll be an 8-yard pickup.
Nettleton on the tackle for Fishers there.
See, that's one of those plays where we've seen it 3 weeks in a row. No matter who's running it, what team, you're going to see that receiver or that tailback in motion, and they're going to get the handoff. Lawrence North did it a lot 2 weeks ago, and Guerin Catholic did it a couple times last week, and now we're seeing Noblesville with Collier. He's gotten 2 of those handoffs so far. Wildcat Barnes keeps it himself, and we get a flag at midfield. Good run by number 12 for the Millers, but that's going to come back. Nope, we've got
somebody
player down for Noblesville. Andy Cleverly, number 70.
We certainly don't need him hurt. Spencer, can we see that again? Is that possible? See if we can spot and see what good run by Barnes on that Wildcat.
Yeah, he found room. I think that was right where Cleverly was, actually, the right guard. So both teams will get a chance to retreat over to their sidelines, and maybe this will give us a chance to check out some scores from around the area to see who's doing what, where, and how they're doing it.
Break in the action here with an injured player for the Millers. Looks like he's going to get up, Craig. Hopefully.
He's a tough kid, Andy Cleverly is.
Yeah. That's a tough family. They compete every day.
Cleverly onto his feet. The crowd gives him a round of applause.
.5'11", 245-pound junior offensive lineman. Big loss there right now for the Millers. Hopefully he'll be back in action.
We have first and long, 1st and 23 for Noblesville. Their first penalty. Barnes still in there at the quarterback. He's got Blevins behind him. Luke Blevins, Jr. Will Hampton in motion, left to right. Comes set now. Blevins up the middle. He goes 45 up near midfield. Oh, he's keeping going. Look at those legs go! Wow, great run. Looked like 20 yards on the run by Luke Blevins. 2 yards shy of a first down.
That's what's important. You keep those legs churning in there, and that's what Blevins did.
2 carries, 32 yards. Barnes keeps it.
No.
Collier might want to dive on it. And Fishers recovers. Collier couldn't get the little pitch from Barnes.
And instead of falling on it, he tried to pick it up.
That's one of the big no-nos. If it doesn't bounce right up into your breadbasket, just fall on it.
That's right.
And unfortunately for
here's a replay on it.
And we'll see what Collier did. He lost it right there on the left side of the end.
Should have got on it instead of trying to pick it up, and Fishers recovers. Big break for the Fishers Tigers here. For the first time, the Millers had the ball moving, and let's see what Fishers can do here.
Fumbled at the Fishers 47-yard line. But we're going to hand it off to Brown. And why wouldn't you? Look at that bruiser go. Up for 11 yards.
Bridenthal on the tackle there, but it wasn't before they picked up 11 yards. Brown's just unbelievable. I don't know what his total is this first quarter here, but he's got stacked up some pretty good running yards.
It seems like it's more than it really is. Bohr hands it off again to Brown. He's met by Dalton Davis. And it looks like also number 50 out there, Mason Battle. Looks like a no gain.
Dalton Davis, second game back after an illness that he was out for about 2.5 weeks. Last week he played sparingly. This week I talked to him and he seems to be feeling pretty good. So big play there. Second down and 10.
Fishers does not have to run a play here. Game clock is
and they're
6 seconds ahead of the game clock, and we are through 1 quarter of play. It's Fishers 6, Noblesville 0.
Hey, Craig, let's thank our sponsors. Celebrating 25 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners. Specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit them on their website, LoganStreetSigns.com. And you can also follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Once again, thank the people who are tuning in on Facebook and the Fisher Sports Network and Hamilton County TV, and those that are watching on the Indiana High School TV station. A multi ways to watch the ball game here on Hamilton County TV. So hope you're enjoying it. I know Craig and I are. We got a good football game going here, 6-0, and we're starting the second quarter.
Center Grove with an early 10-0 lead. Colin Stats with that catch down to the 33, a 9-yard pickup.
no one was really out there to pick him up with stats for the Millers, so he was kind of wide open, had a little room there.
Craig Atkins alongside Perry Williams. Glad you've joined us tonight on Hamilton County TV and the Fisher Sports Network. Beautiful night. I honestly thought it was going to rain earlier. It's going to rain at some point, but I think it's just going to be cloudy, which we'll take the no rain. Bohr hands it off. Brown comes off left side and down to the 30. 3-yard pickup, which gets Fishers another first down. So Fishers picks up, actually give him a pickup of 4 there. 9 carries, 33 yards. It seems like Brown's got more than 33 yards. He had a couple 8s and 11-yard pickup on that in that first quarter. Bohr fakes to Brown, throws it,
wide
and
open.
That's number 84 over there. That is Bryce G. He gets down to about the 17. That's a 12-yard pickup. He's got 2 catches for 26 yards, and the Tigers moving once again. Let's see how G finds himself open here. Reels this one in with ease right here in the pocket of the Noblesville defense.
Just been told by Jim that Avon's up 21-7 over Hamilton Southeastern. Oh my gosh.
Good play on the ball there by the Noblesville defense. Look like Eddie Jenick and Seth Pope, number 66. As
you know, the one thing about it, the Millers got to do that with Brown, because if he gets up ahead of steam, you know, we were talking he only has 33 yards there, but and it seemed like more, but there was 2 or 3 times we stopped him cold. So the penetration of our defense is of Noblesville defense is very, very important.
2nd and 13 at the Noblesville 20. Completed to Colin Stats, and he is
touchdown
over the goal line and into the end zone. Touchdown. Colin Stats, nice catch. Got a lot of
and a good run there.
A lot of yards after the catch.
So that puts the Fishers Tigers up 12-0 here. Let's see if they kick or go for it. Here's the replay, Craig. Throw out to the flats 4. Just does a great.
He hurdled Zach Groover.
Yeah, just a great job of running after he caught the ball.
And we'll see if they're probably going to go for 2 to try and make it 14.
Yes, they are, Craig. They're going for 2. Fisher's up 12-0.
In motion comes Dunnick, back there like a fullback. Fakes it. He looks to the end zone to the back and incomplete. So with 9:36 left here in the first half of play, it's Fishers 12, Noblesville 0.
Craig, let's thank another one of our sponsors. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with the same-day service with those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out on our website, noblesvilletrophies.com, or follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website, ecommunity.com. Here we go. Fisher set to kick off. Ben Norton kicking off for Fishers.
Norton gets under it and returned by Noblesville. Looks like number 39, if I'm not mistaken. Darius Dowdell returns that kick. Out to the 34-yard line where Noblesville takes over 1st and 10. Nice little return by Dowdell.
Jonathan Nolting on the tackle, number 47. He's a junior for Fishers. Once again, Ryan Barnes is at the quarterback for the Millers.
Collier in motion, right to left. Fakes the handoff. Blevins gets it this time. Can't escape the outreached arms of number 11 out there, and that is check that. That was not 11, I believe.
Seth Satic. Good tackle there. Good open field tackle. Got him right around the ankles.
41, Seth Sontich. Gain of 1 on the play for Blevins.
You got Grimmel out wide here on this side.
It's probably good when they can flip-flop each other.
Yeah, your quarterback and your wide receiver.
He becomes a 6'3" receiver, does Grant Grimmel. Barnes keeps it. Finds room. Fisher sniffed it out. He gets up to about the 37.
Good penetration by Fishers that kind of blew that play up.
3-yard pickup by Barnes, and there's Channel 13 and Dave Calabro and company. Operation Football, I think, is there. Yep, is on one of the banners over there in front of the Fisher student section. Big 3rd down and 6, 8:15 left, 2nd quarter of play.
You'll see both of our cheer blocks, both Fishers and Noblesville, cranking up here in a minute.
Oh, they want to impress Dave Calabro and
right.
AC Anthony Calhoun. Barnes back. He'll pass now. Looking. Finds room up the middle. Escapes again. Looks. Up the field he goes. And that ball is over the hands of Collier and almost picked off by Michael Longo.
I'll tell you what, that Fisher's defensive secondary did a good job on coverage on that because Barnes had plenty of time. He just couldn't find anybody. Chase Evans will be punting for Noblesville.
Looks like they're having Jack Knight punt the when they're deep in their own territory. Now it's Chase Evans, like you said. Spiraling punt. Now into the hands of Colin Stats. Finds room and
good run by Stats.
Evades the tackle of Grant Christie, number 15.
Collier on the tackle for the Millers, but Stats had a good return there for the Fishers Tigers. Here's the replay on that. The punt by Evans. Pretty good punt.
Nice spiral, high spiral.
Hang time was good. Stats did a good job. Good job running there. Driving those legs.
Almost looks like they're going to land on the field.
Yeah, they might. All this wind.
It may be tough to land a helicopter tonight.
I don't know whether I'd want to be riding in a helicopter or not. I don't know.
I want to try it once.
I'd like for it to be a little calmer, though, Craig.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
This time the tailback is number 20. That is Dylan Scally.
Gain looks like of 8, Craig.
Yep. 8 yards on the pickup by Dylan Scally. He is a 5'7" sophomore. Like Coach Wimmer said, he's got a lot of youngsters playing. 2nd and 2 at the Noblesville 49. 4. Hands it off again to Scally. He gets down to about the 45 for a 4-yard pickup. And another Fishers rushing 1st down, their 4th. Dalton Davis in on the tackle for Noblesville.
You know, Fishers has Skelly in there at running back, a totally different type of runner, very quick.
They may be just looking to see what a speedster will do to the Noblesville defense, even though the beast mode, if you will, kind of like Marshawn Lynch. Up
Wide
the field,
open
pass
again.
to Dunnick, up across the 35, 30, down to about the 25 where he's taken down. 20-yard pickup and a first down.
Well, definitely the Fishers Tigers coaching staff have picked up some weaknesses in that secondary of the Millers. And, of course, with Zach Tuaday out, that's tough. Here's a replay on that.
You can see where they get the openings in the in that
crease.
zone coverage.
Yeah.
You can see how the gap between he and Mason Battle, number 50. That's run again by Scally. Looks like he may be a good answer for Wimmer's offense.
And here comes Mr. Brown back in.
8 yards.
When you do a power game here, I would want Mr. Brown when you're inside the 20-yard line in my ball in my backfield, and that's exactly what the Fishers Tigers and Rick Wimmer's done here.
6:01 left, second quarter. 2nd and 2 at the Noblesville 17. Fishers knocking at the door again. Brown on the carry, down to, it looks like the 16. Try to get the 15. Eddie Jenick in there, along with number 8 of Noblesville, that is Jazz Terrell. Looks like they're going to give him no gain there. So his past 3 carries all here in the second quarter.
You got to get
3
Brown.
carries, no yards.
Yeah. You got to get
For
Brown
Brown.
low, man. If you try to muscle him down, you're not going to do it.
If you go up top with a guy that size, he's going to take you to school every time. 3rd and 1.
Going
Moore
for
keeps it.
It's going to be it'll be an interesting spot here. We'll see.
Looks like he might be at the 15, might be at the 14. They're spotted at the 14. If so, first down.
Big first down for the Fishers Tigers. They could go up here.
Vore kept it there for a 2-yard pickup up the middle on the keeper with 5:10 left. And counting at the 14, first down and 10 for Fishers. Brown stumbles.
He just he just stumbled.
Lost a couple, it looked like.
I don't know whether he fell over one of his linemen's pulling his feet or what, but
Yeah, this quarter, 4 carries for -3 yards when he carried for 29 in the first quarter. Actually, 33 in the first quarter.
here's that replay. Let's see, Craig, what happened to Mr. Brown here.
Oh, his feet got tangled with Vore as he handed
Yeah.
the ball off.
Yeah.
As Vore backed off. So a big 2nd and 13. Play clock winding down. Fakes the handoff. Completes it to Dunnick. Might be as he slipped as he went over the goal line. And that'll be a 17-yard.
Craig, you can see that Fishers has figured out Noblesville out there in the flats, especially on that side of the field, on Fisher's side of the field, because that's about, 3rd or 4th play that they've ran out there, and the guy is pretty wide open in that zone. So Noblesville's going to have to make an adjustment.
Yeah, you may see different personnel in there because obviously Noblesville's struggling against what they've got going with the pass game from the Tigers. Ben Norton boots it through this time, and it is 19-0.
You got to realize, Norton's a good kicker. I mean, he's a very talented, seasoned veteran. So here you go. Here's a replay again.
And you see just how explosive he is after the catch.
He's wide
and the
open
big
out
size of Dunnick. Gets beyond Eddie Jenick and finds his way. So with 4:08 left here in the first half. Fishers 19, Noblesville 0. As Norton set to kick off from his own 40. Nick Rusi standing at his own 5-yard line. Oh, Rusi loses the ball, dives on it, back at the 18-yard line. Fishers thinks they have it, but the official is pointing first down Noblesville. We'll see what the... Yep, Will Hampton comes out of it with the recovery of the football.
Let's see if Noblesville can do anything with the football after the turnover here.
So we'll see on this kickoff here. We've got a moment. Rusi drops it at the 20, reaches back. Looks like he dove on it and got pummeled by about a handful of Tigers.
Grimmel back in at quarterback. There's nothing. The penetration of that front four of Fishers just.
Yeah, they.
Sajic on the tackle, but there was a host of Fisher Tiger front four in there, front three, I guess. No, I guess they run
a 2-yard loss there by Blevins. He's in the pistol with Gremmel. Barnes is the tight end. Gremmel back to pass, looks, and off the hands of Christian Collier on a slant. So in total, Gremmel 0 for 4, Barnes 0 for 1 through the air so far. 3rd and 12 from their own 16.
You know, if Fisher stops Noblesville here, they're going to have them punting deep again, and we'll get good field position. So the Millers really need to move the football.
Huge 3rd down for both. Gremmel drops the snap. Blevins picks it up, and it looks like he'll be tackled at the 11. So
Blevins had no chance with the penetration.
He knew he had to pick it up, though. That's the only thing. He had to pick it up.
And the penetration of Fisher's front four there is, once again, the Millers are getting beat into front. See, they're just, with dropping that ball like that, they were.
Fishers burns a timeout. They'll have 1 left with 3:14 left.
Well, it's important for Fishers here. I know Coach Wimmers probably wants to tell them, we can't afford to have any mistakes here. Looks like Knight will be kicking for the Millers.
Jack Knight will be, it looks like, near his own goal line as this ball will be spotted at the 11, so he'll be probably just into the end zone. Knight may want to hurry, and this one's a sidewinding. Nice punt past midfield. Colin Stats returns it, and Will Hampton tried for a shoestring tackle, couldn't make it happen. And Stats gets to the, is there a fumble?
I think the guy was down. I'm not real sure, but, there's tons of kids down there. So.
Noblesville football.
Oh, my gosh, Noblesville football.
It's tough because the team is up to the white-black divide in the sideline.
Let's see if we can see anything on a replay.
We'll see if we got a bird's eye view to see what happened here. As Stats comes over to the left, Hampton missed the shoestring.
Stats was trying to get a few extra yards there. We don't see the ball popping out or anything. So.
No.
We need a drone. Yeah, we need a drone over the top of that.
Collier carries it from the 44. They start this drive at the 44, a 6-yard pickup by Collier. And just from that run right there, you can see a completely different attitude in the legs there of Collier. So Noblesville going to try and put some points on the board as Collier runs it again. Picks up, looks like 3 for a 3rd and short.
GM, any update on the Southeastern Avon game? Avon
leading Southeastern
28-7.
Wow. 3rd and 1 at the 47. Blevins carries it, finds her. Nope, check that. Faked me out. Barnes carries it for a 1st down. He carries it from the 47 down to the 38.
Looks like an injured player here.
We'll have time to check the replay out with 1:51 left till half.
Here's the replay.
As we'll see Barnes here in what we'll call the Wildcat. Keeps it. Sold me on the handoff on the fake to Blevins for sure, but he got inside the 40 down to the 39.
Well, let's take a second here and thank another one of our sponsors. Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel, for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's Jewelers remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledge of the staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customer a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383 or visit them online at smithonthesquare.com.
That injured Tiger was 43, Emmanuel Davis, 6'1" junior linebacker. Gets helped up by the training staff, but he is walking off the field under his own power. Always a good sign for the players. So Noblesville, 1st down and 10 at the Fishers' 39-yard line. And with time crunching down on them, Noblesville looks a little more urgent on offense than they have all night, Perry. Barnes in there with Blevins behind him. Fakes it. Now he'll throw. Up over the middle. Gremmel is held. And believe that was number 4, Luke Uribe, on the coverage.
Have you got that one, Spencer? Let's check out this interference call the referee made. Pretty sure he's right, but a good fake by Barnes, looking like he was going to.
As we follow him down there, he makes contact about the 7-yard line.
Yeah.
And
it was number 4. Great job, Spencer. Being upstairs on the camera, both of them, great job.
Fishers 3 penalties, 30 yards. Noblesville 1 for 13 yards. 1:38 left till half. 1st and 10 Noblesville, as that 1st down was by penalty. They are at the Fishers 24. Barnes in there. Hands that ball off. Nope, he kept it. He really sells the fake. If he had handed that ball off, I think Blevins would have at least gotten 5, if not close to a 1st down. So Barnes loses some yards.
Again, that Fishers defense was in the backfield.
Clock rolling, 1:12 and counting. Barnes Check that. Gremmel this time rolls out and goes out of bounds. He may have picked up a few.
I'll tell you what.
But not back to the line of scrimmage.
Craig, that secondary of Fishers is doing a good job on coverage. Noblesville's not having anybody in the open.
Yeah, 0 for 5 tonight. Barnes and Gremmel combined. Gremmel 0 for 4. As a big 3rd down and 11 for Noblesville. Gremmel fakes the handoff to Blevins, finds his way up the middle a little bit, looking for room, and down to, he stood up at about the 22.
Emmanuel Davis on the tackle for Fishers. 4th down here.
So 4th and 11. Actually, check that 4th and 5. At the Fishers 21. Noblesville going to go for it. And they've got time. Looks like they're changing the play at the line. They've got Nick Russi here to the near side. Christian Collier and Zach Gruber to the far. Actually, Carson Sanders to the far. Gremmel looking, getting rushed, and he almost stumbles. Back the other way, and he finds, slips on the turf back at the 37-yard line, so loses 16 on the play, turning the ball over on downs.
Let's take a look at that that play. Once again, Craig, look at this coverage here by the Fishers Tigers secondary. And the pursuit,
1.6 seconds left, and I would assume that they will have that victory-type formation and just take a knee here to end the half.
Yeah, leading 19-0, Fishers. Yeah. Want to catch one more of our sponsors here before we go to the break. Bill Clifford is currently a sergeant with Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and is committed to life to serving the community with integrity. As a resident of Westfield, his wife Cheryl and 3 kids, family safety is Clifford's top priority, and he understands the Sheriff's Office. For more information on his campaign, check him out on Facebook, Clifford for Sheriff. Remember, vote for Bill Clifford, Hamilton County Sheriff, on May 8th, 2018.
At halftime, our score, Fishers 19, Noblesville 0. We'll take a break and be back with you in just a little bit here on Hamilton County TV and the Fishers Sports Network.
The IHSAA, in partnership with Blue Frame Technology, is pleased to announce that you can now watch your favorite IHSAA sports on the all-new IHSAA TV Apple TV app. Watch live or search through thousands of archived broadcasts. Have an older Apple TV? You can still watch on your TV by going to AirPlay on your iOS device and choosing Apple TV. Download the new Apple TV app now in the Apple TV App Store.
We all have our own story about community.
I truly felt that each doctor, technician, and nurse had the same goal: provide exceptional care and make it simple.
Because of my chronic illness, I have an entire team on my side.
With Community's My Chart, I keep track of everything.
When community says exceptional care, simply delivered, those aren't just 4 words at the end of a TV spot.
It's for community patients at the end of a TV spot.
Telling you to believe every word.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers.
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore. It's actually on South 10th. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that, it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Breast care navigation at Community is a lot like sailing. Navigators have to read the wind without seeing the wind.
The breast care navigator will follow the patient and their family through the continuum of care.
My nurse navigator was always there.
Just to be an advocate for that patient.
You need the biggest support system that you can, and to know that you have one other person there who can help you through it is definitely something that is amazing.
Well, we're back here at halftime, and I have a guest here with me, the superintendent at Noblesville Public Schools, Dr. Beth Niedermeyer. Welcome, Dr. Niedermeyer.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you taking a few minutes. I saw a big smile come on your face when Bob Tremaine said 350 band members coming out on the field here. That's got to thrill you tremendously because of the performing arts program at Noblesville High School is just tremendous.
Yes,
and the middle school's here too, so yeah.
And it's great to have middle schoolers have these kinds of experiences to get them excited and prepared for when they get to the high school. So we're really enjoying events like this.
Yeah, absolutely, and it kind of showcases, and before the game they had the middle school football teams and cheerleaders on the field, so it's a great night. The last home game you had your elementary program, so things are looking good at Noblesville Schools, wouldn't you say?
Yes, thank you. We are having a lot of fun. It's important to highlight all of these programs for students and so each student can find a niche that really fits them.
Absolutely. And, of course, let's talk a little bit about, and he's all smiles up here, Dr. Dave Mundy, your new assistant, and he's doing a bang-up job, huh?
He is. He is staying very busy doing both HR and operations, but he's doing a fine job for us. He's working really hard and developing strong relationships in the community and in our school district, so we're really pleased to have him.
Yeah, we're blessed to have him, and of course he taught in the Noblesville school systems and then went in administration at Westfield and Sheridan, so he knows Hamilton County. So.
He does.
And of course we won't hold it against him, and he's from Carmel, so.
He's a Miller through and through.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's at all the soccer games and all that since his daughter
That's right.
is playing both varsity and JV, which is always tough for a parent that has a freshman and a sophomore that's very talented and you know they get to dress for the varsity, but they may not play much, so you have to be there the whole time period. But I know he enjoys sports and everything. But any other new staff members that you have?
The other new staff member that we have is Adrienne Young, and she is leading our Education Foundation and also helping us with some sponsorships. It's a great collaboration between our foundation and Noblesville Schools, so we're really excited to bring her on board and really ramp up the programming and the opportunities that we have for the Education Foundation. So she's doing a fine job.
Yeah, that's great. Also, you know, of course, we've played a game here this season, but you have to be proud of the new turf on the football field here at Harris Chevrolet Field. So that's great, and I think everybody seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah, and I think what was so special about this season kicking off is just the parent support that we've had, kind of sprucing up the stadium with fresh coats of paint and landscaping, and they all just came out and really helped us. So we are so grateful to have parents who are so involved.
And of course, also on the high school level, Jeff Bryan hired Leah Woolridge to be the athletic director, and actually Leah's returning to Noblesville after departing for a while and did administrative work, and she's now an athletic director. And from what I've seen from her, she's hit the ground running.
She has. Oh, she's done a great job. She's working so hard and just doing some things to tighten up our practices, and the coaches are really enjoying working with her, and she's got a lot of new, fresh ideas, and it's just making our athletic organization so much stronger.
Yeah, and it also helps with Leah to have Tony Orler, who is, one of those experienced assistant athletic director that he's that kind of guy that whatever it takes to get the job done, he does that. And
Tony's amazing. He is everywhere all of the time.
Yeah.
So he's such a Miller through and through, and he supports all of our sports teams so well. We're thrilled to have him.
Yeah, it's a blessing, and of course you got a great coaching staffs from your middle schools on up to the high school level in all sports. So things are really looking bright here at Noblesville, and I appreciate, because I know you want to watch this performance of the band, so I'll let you go. But I appreciate you taking time out and talking to us and bringing us up to speed on some of the new people you have at Noblesville School System. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Perry, for having me.
All right, thank you.
Consist of 17 members with 7 girls this year. They are excited tonight to perform their jazz routine. Hand clap for you tonight. summer, both at Harris Chevrolet Field and also at Chickapin Ridge, our boys and girls cross-country course located at White River Elementary School. And we have lots and lots of people, even more than the people being introduced here tonight, that are part of a job well done, and we want to thank them for their great efforts during the summertime to improve all facilities. The Noblesville High School Athletic Department would like to extend a special thank you to Nathan and Becky Sutter, Lloyd Easters, Brandon Bennett, Zach LeCount, Debbie Wilson, Brian McGavick and family, Monica and Robert Anderson and their family for their donations to our athletic facilities at both Harris Chevrolet Field and Chickapin Ridge. And a huge thanks goes to all the others who volunteered their time and tireless efforts of improving the looks of both facilities with painting, cleaning, landscaping, and having, believe you me, a great time doing it. Once again, thank you on behalf of the NHS Athletic Department. We appreciate your time and effort. Great job! Ladies and gentlemen, football has teamed up with the Indiana Football Coaches Association, local colleges, and elementary schools to help bring awareness to National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Tonight, we are wearing gold shoestrings in support of those fighting this horrific disease. All proceeds will be donated to the P.S. We Love You Fund at Riley Hospital for children. The P.S. We Love You Fund was started in memory of Patrick Stephen Barrett, WBFCA President and South Vermilion head football coach, Greg Barrett and his wife Molly. Patrick lost his battle with cancer in March of 2016. However, his fighting spirit and desire to help others in the medical field lives on as the fund helps to provide individualized treatment recommendations for children with aggressive cancers. The Noblesville Millers would like to take the time to recognize Fred Knoll. Fred and his family are being honored tonight by Noblesville Athletics and Noblesville Football for their courageous fight. The Noblesville Millers are Seth Strahl. And fans, it's already started here at halftime, but it continues to raise some money. And for the next 60 seconds, Fred Riley Hospital buckets will be passed throughout the stands on both sides. Please consider donating from your spare change to whatever you have in your wallet. Every dollar counts. All funds raised will be donated to the P.S. We Love You Fund at Riley Hospital for Children. Help us tackle childhood cancer. And we'll begin the effort right now, 60 seconds. Again, we want to thank Carly Neeser and other students from Noblesville and Fishers and parent volunteers who are coming by with their red buckets as you assist with continued funds for research and cure for those children. And we thank you again. 30 seconds. Seconds. 15 seconds.
We're back here at Harris Chevrolet Field. Noblesville versus Fishers. Fishers up 19-0 at the half. Couple things, notes we want to tell you. You can watch Hamilton County TV live or on demand, or on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, or the Indiana High School Athletic Association TV app. Also, download the Indiana High School TV app on your iPhone or your iPad and watch the games live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, HCTVYouTube.com. And these are all ways that you can watch sports on Hamilton County TV. Want to thank everyone that's out there watching today from Hamilton County TV and also the Fisher Sports Network. It's great to have a partnership with them and also be partners with the Indiana High School Athletic TV. And here's Anthony Calhoun's in the house. Dave Calabro just left, so the Indianapolis stations are here in force today. So here we go, Craig. What do you think? What we got? Actually, it's kind of bogus on the screen here. A minute at 10. It's actually 4:10, right? Because it's 3 minutes.
Yeah, Noblesville is just now coming back out onto the field to the left off of the screen to warm up, and they'll put 3 more minutes on the clock unless
to get everybody excited, you know. And then,
oh yeah.
Hey, let's thank one of our sponsors here while you do some of your paperwork. Logan Street Signs, celebrating 25 years at Logan Street Signs and Banners, specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville in Hamilton County since 1992. You can visit them on their website, LoganStreetSigns.com, or follow them on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. How about Noblesville Trophies? Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provide you with a same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at noblesvilletrophies.com. Craig, I want to remind everybody this week, by it being Labor Day, we will not have the coaches show this week. I will do an interview with Coach Jake Gilbert on Monday and then Coach Jason Simmons on Tuesday, and we'll probably air that probably Wednesday or we'll air that on Wednesday to hear them talk about next week game, which we have at Westfield, which will match up Noblesville and Westfield.
That'll be one heck of a matchup next week with Noblesville and Westfield. Last count that I saw, I believe it was Westfield up 14-7, if I'm not mistaken, at Zionsville.
You know, and this Zionsville team's a good football team. I mean, this is a Zionsville team that beat Pike in the first week, right? Yeah, and then got beat by Lebanon last week, and Lebanon's a good football team now.
Lebanon's a good 3A team, and speaking of good teams, Lawrence North up 14-7 late first half. They're probably at the half now, and North Central kind of getting a taste of a little bit of it right in their face as Warren Central rather is up 29-7 at the half at Warrior Stadium. So,
well, we kind of, going in and, of all the talk around the state that, Warren Central, Ben Davis, Carmel, at Center Grove. I mean, there's some great talent in that mix this year.
Oh yeah.
And I would have to say, and this is the first time that we could possibly say this in my mind, in looking back, is Hoosier Crossroads Conference is having a tough time competing with the MIC, or actually we aren't competing with the MIC right now from top to bottom, with North Central, Lawrence North, and Lawrence Central all starting to be good football programs with great coaches. It's made a difference.
Well, like last week, you saw Pike 43-0 over these Fishers Tigers. So it makes you wonder, okay, how good is Pike? Because normally Rick Wimmer's Fishers teams, they're just that good, or they're as good as advertised. And we know that Wimmer's team is banged up right now, and it's the whole. If this team's playing well against this team, will this another team, the scenarios and how the whole which team can beat which, and it's the whole the landscape. I mean, it's a week-to-week thing, really.
Well, Craig, I think one of the things before the kickoff here, one of the things that we know, both of us, is when you play 6A football, anyone can beat anyone on any given night. And, we're seeing that all around Central Indiana this year. And
well, just like 2 weeks ago in week 1, Lafayette Jeff 54-0 over Central Catholic, and then we see a good matchup last week at Guerin where it was 28-14 Guerin Catholic.
Norton kicked off.
And Central Catholic goes to Tipton this week where, our good predictor John Harrell predicts a Central Catholic win, even though Tipton's been lighting it up on the scoreboard.
Absolutely.
So it's just, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
Yeah.
Noblesville will have the ball after that opening kickoff here of the third quarter. Craig Atkins alongside Perry Williams. Glad Noblesville Superintendent Beth Niedermeyer joined you at halftime. Had a good talk.
You saw a big smile come on her face when the middle school band and the high school band, 350 members, came out on the field. Our performing arts is second to none here at Noblesville. So
Gremmel keeps it on first down and gets a hard 2 yards.
Well, we'll see what happens here this second half with Noblesville and Fishers. Want to thank again Fisher Sports Network. Joey, I'm glad you're getting to sit in the stands tonight in the cheering section over there at Fishers. I know you don't get to do that, but we certainly appreciate what you do at the Fisher Sports Network along with the rest of your colleagues.
Indeed, Joey, they do a tremendous job, and because normally, back when I was in high school, of course, I now graduated 20 years ago, but
Craig, you're getting old.
I know, I'm getting old. We didn't have these, this type of thing that students could do in high school. The most I could do at Concord was that I could do some public address, which I did that for 3 years for the baseball team. But they've got so many more opportunities, and it's good that they can take advantage of that. Gremmel back to pass, finds room up the middle. He runs himself, and he has got a first down. I think he just needs to go down to keep the ball.
Yeah.
Up to the 41, or actually 36, so a 12-yard pickup. And already a step in the right direction for Noblesville as they're down 19-0 to start this third quarter here on their home turf.
Well, definitely Noblesville needs to put some points on the scoreboard early.
As he gets flushed out of the pocket, goes right. He's got, picked off by number 41, Seth Sontich.
Sontich just waiting back there for that ball to come floating across there, and he snagged it from midair.
And we'll see Sontich.
Once again, Fishers gets the ball in a short field.
He kind of threw awkwardly, even though he was going to his right. So Fishers football at the Noblesville 39. Check that 39-yard line. Vore back to pass, going long over the middle. And diving is Colin Stats.
Craig, you got to, the one thing about it is you have to say, that that defeat last week with Pike that Fishers took, Rick Rummer has really brought this team back out ready to play football this week. And their secondary's done a great job against the Millers.
2nd and 10 at the Noblesville 39. Handoff is a 2-yard carry by Jeffrey Brown. I think Noblesville's defense, they've learned they have to tackle low.
Yeah, because you're not gonna waste tackle or waist or above. You're not gonna tackle Mr. Brown.
Brings up 3rd down and 9 at the Noblesville 38-yard line. Bohr, back to pass, 3-step drop, and over the outreached hand of number 25. That's Deshaun Graham. Brings up 4th down, and Fisher is going to try and pin the Millers deep in their own territory.
You know, Craig, here again, Fisher's got the ball in a short field. Even though they're not going to score, they're going to pin the Millers deep here, and field position is become a huge part of this football game.
Joey Gailey punts this, and this is an end over end. Oh, hits a Miller, and that's going to be a Fisher's ball.
Yep.
He had no idea.
Can you get the replay on that, Spencer? Let's take a look at that. The kick up.
Let's see who this bounces off of. And it was a little too late for 46 of Noblesville. That is Dylan Rutherford, unfortunately.
Rutherford, a senior, too, 185.
So Fisher's with the football at Noblesville's 18.
And another short field. There's a lesson here. You got to know where that football is at all times when the team's punting.
4-yard pickup there by Jeffrey Brown. Check that 6 yards down to the 12.
I would think if I was Coach Wimmer, had 19-0, I'd be pounding Brown. This close to the goal line.
In motion, Dunnick sets it up for a Brown run, and Noblesville's defense sniffs it out back at the 11.
Bridenthal on the tackle for the Millers.
8:25 left here. Third quarter, 3rd down and 3 at the Noblesville 11.
What do you do here, Craig? You throw the ball or you give it to Mr. Brown?
I would say you give the ball to Mr. Brown and don't really gamble with the pass.
Yeah.
We got Bohr under center. Double tight situation. Hands it off to Brown, and he is sniffed out. Who is that? Came up on the pursuit there. Dalton Davis.
Dalton Davis on
56.
the tackle.
He's 6'1", 250, and just a junior.
He sniffed that out. Yeah, let's see that. Let's see Dalton Davis.
5 yards on the loss.
Oh, he came right down that inside of that line there, and right down the line to get Mr. Brown.
So Norton out there for a 33-yard field goal attempt, and that kick is no good. Hits the right upright.
So Noblesville dodged a big bullet there. Down 19-0. That would have been if Fishers could have put that. But I understand why Rick Wimmer did what he did, though. I mean, Mr. Brown has had successful, but Dalton. No one blocked Dalton Davis. There's no way that Dalton Davis plays in that center there and on that interior line. There's just no one that could have blocked him.
Well, and after missing week one, Carmel scoring 31 on Noblesville last week, that Dalton Davis was itching and raring to go.
Yeah, because he's quite
getting to conference play. Barnes, check that Gremmel this time, passes, and that's complete. Looks like Carson Sanders. Sanders, 11 yards for a first down.
Sanders, a 6'3", 195-pound sophomore.
Picks up 11 on the first down, and believe it or not, that's Noblesville's first completed pass.
That's a good-looking sophomore there, Craig.
Handoff. Nope, fakes the handoff. Gremmel going long and finds Nick Ruzzi, but couldn't reel it in. That was 26, Michael Pruitt on the coverage. Great route ran by Ruzzi, but
yeah, it was. He
Pruitt
just couldn't pull it in.
Got his hand right there, and no bread in the basket.
Yeah, he got his hand in the cookie jar. No, we probably don't have time now, but that's okay. Now we got Barnes in at quarterback. Oh, there it is.
And, yep, looked like the ball was right there for Ruzzi.
Yeah.
Barnes in there, has time. He'll run it himself now, 35, up to about the 39. 8 yards on the pickup by Ryan Barnes.
That's a load at 2:45, you know.
Bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and 2 at the, check that 3rd and 1. He picked up 9.
At 2:30.
Picked up 9 on the carry. That is a big boy.
Yeah. 2:30 or 2:40, it don't matter, does it? When you get rolling, Grimmel back in at quarterback.
3rd and 1 at their own 40. 6:15, third quarter. In motion is Barnes. Handoff to Blevins. Finds room up the middle for the first down and almost to the 45. Gets the 44. 4-yard pickup.
Spencer, play that again, and here shows the power of Barnes. Watch this block he puts on to break Blevins open to get that. See that block right there.
Yeah, it looked like he had picked up linebacker number 59 and Luke Thomas. Yeah. It looked like no easy chore there to pick up Thomas. He's 6 foot and all of 236. Gremmel back to pass. Intercepted right into the paws of number 48 of the Tigers. That is Daniel Amati.
Gremmel just threw the ball right to him. I mean, can we see that, Spencer? I mean, I know he didn't mean to, okay,
right.
But I mean, it just, I mean, it
looks like he was going for Carson Sanders, number 9, and then Amati
jumped
returns
right
it.
Front, yeah.
Yep, returned it down to the 25-yard line.
That Miller defense is not getting much rest here. I'd still keep, if I was Rick Roymer with a 19-point lead, I'd still keep pounding that ball.
Vore fakes the handoff, rolls out, and completes the pass to number 84.
Once again,
Bryce G.
You know, there's a crossing route into the flats.
18 yards down to the 7. All of Bryce G's catches have been double digits, 14, 12, and 18.
He's having a big game here.
Watch how G finds himself as open as he was.
Yeah.
Fakes the handoff there to Brown.
That freezes that linebacker. He comes up.
Jennings behind. So 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Handoff, Brown. Stopped at the 5-yard line. Looks like Jenick and Kendra Jenkins in there also with Eddie Jenick. Pickup of 1 yard by Brown. 2nd and goal at the 6. 4:45 and counting, third quarter. Dunnick in motion. Stutter steps, and Brown easy does it into the end zone 6 yards later, and a touchdown.
Fishers with 4:31 left to go here in the third quarter. Scores again with Mr. Brown. Fishers up 25
Here we
to
go,
nothing.
pair on the replay to see how Brown just waltzed right in on this play. Finds room, and that offensive line busted that left hole, left side of that, just left guard, wide open.
Yeah.
got him into the end zone. Norton boots the extra point through. And with 4:31 left here in the third, it's Fishers 26, Noblesville 0.
Westfield 14, Zionsville 7 at the half.
Our other game tonight, Avon up 31-7 at Hamilton Southeastern. It's like at halftime, Brebeuf Jesuit led Jim's Cardinal Ritter Raiders 14-7.
He didn't want us to say that, man. Mr. Norton kicking off again here.
Lawrence Central takes the lead on Lawrence North. 2 consecutive touchdowns in the Larry Bowl. 20-14 down in Lawrence Township at LN. And this one into the end zone. Collier.
Craig, one thing about it, I heard some coaches talking about that. In your kicking game, when you could put that ball in the end zone.
Do it.
And the offense have to come out to the 20-yard line and start right there. The percentage of chances of scoring or not scoring is good.
Right.
I mean, it's 80 yards to get to that end zone.
So Noblesville takes over at their own 20. 4:31 left here, third quarter. Gremmel spreads them wide. It's like Blevins. I think he might have gained 1.
Of course, you got to think that Fishers defense, they're fired up now. I mean, they got a 26-point lead here in the middle of the Gremmel kind
back to pass, looking and going up the sideline. Incomplete, intended for Luke Blevins.
I'll tell you what, like I keep saying over and over, but this secondary of Fishers is doing a great job covering the Miller wide receivers.
And they're young. They got 3 juniors back there. Gremmel back to pass. He's got time. And in the flat, he finds Luke Blevins, and that's for a first down. Picked up 15 yards, and that breaks a string of, actually broke a 1-for-8 start. So 1st and 10 at their own 36, Gremmel. Oh, just passed an open Luke Blevins and incomplete.
Noblesville's got to catch that football like that, Craig. Blevins was wide open.
Well, you've got open field and nobody around you for another 5 to 7 yards, and he could probably have picked up another first down, but they may just need to relax and get back to what they do. But Fisher's playing some great defense. Like you said, that secondary is playing well.
Absolutely. Looks like some equipment problem with Fishers here in a second. Well, they got it fixed here, and here we go.
2nd and 10 at their own 36. Gremmel fakes the handoff to Blevins and finds 88 Lucas Williams, the tight end. Picks up 4 yards to the 40.
Emmanuel Davis for Fishers, he was Johnny on the spot on Williams there because that was just a short little pass. So
3rd and 6 from the 40. Grimmel, 5 wide. Scrambles out to his right and evades 2 tacklers. Going to run himself and really close to a first down.
It's according to where they mark it over there.
Line judge has the ball. Looks like he's going to mark it at the 45. It's going to be just short. So it'll be a 5-yard pickup on the scramble by Grant Grimmel. Bring up 4th down and 1 at the 45. And down 26-0, 3:08 left third quarter.
You got to go for it.
You got to go for it. There's no punting the ball if you're Noblesville, and they are going to go for it. Handoff to Blevins. Second effort gets him up to about the 48 and a 3-yard pickup and a first down.
You got to be impressed with Blevins because that's
He's
about
ran
the
well.
third. That's a third or fourth run that he's had with that great second effort. Spencer, let's take a look at that. So he's basically stopped and
Grimmel back to pass. Lucas Williams. 4-yard pickup again for Lucas Williams.
Fisher's kind of given us that short little pass, but their pursuit is very, very good on the ball there.
Second and 6 at Fisher's 48 and incomplete pass.
He had no chance.
Dunnick. Looks like Dunnick's playing both sides of the ball tonight as he almost sacked Grant Grimmel back at the 40.
Grimmel heard footsteps from Dunnick coming, man. He had to get rid of that ball.
Yep, Dunnick, like we said, he's 6'3" and all of 218, playing tight end and defensive end tonight. You don't see a lot of two-way players at the 6A level, but you're seeing that with a couple on the Fisher side tonight. Grimmel back to pass. Little screen to Blevins. Finds room and gets down at the 44, so a 4-yard pickup by Blevins. And that makes it a 4th down and a long 2. 4th and 2, we'll call it, at the 44.
Good call by Caleb Small because they had been that front four had been pursuing pretty good in there on Grimmel and a screenplay like that. And again, though, Blevins got 2 or 3 extra yards just by pure and you got
full house back there for Noblesville. It looks like Fisher's going to call a timeout because you had fullback Darius Dowdell, 39, in there, Ryan Barnes, and Luke Blevins in the backfield. So
yeah, that's a totally different lineup than they had seen. So
don't see a full house hardly at all for Noblesville, and that kind of threw off the Fisher's D, and they call a timeout.
Well, let's thank Community Health. It's Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health, 317-355-7775, or check them out on their website at ecommunity.com. Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. Give them a call at 317-773-3383.
Big 4th down for Noblesville. Grimmel back there looking to pass. He's rushed, flushes out, and throws a long one up off the hands of Collier, but I believe that was broken up by Michael Longo. And they turn the ball over at the Fishers' 44-yard line.
You know, the one thing in that series right there on offense for the Millers, you know, the penetration was, defense was tremendous job.
There's one guy that's
Want to thank our viewers on Facebook and for the Fisher Sports Network and, of course, Hamilton County TV and YouTube.
Bohr back to pass. Completes this one to number 25 out there. That is Deshaun Graham.
Good quick pass out in the flats there. Second down. Pickup of
looks like seven.
This Miller defense has got to be getting a little tired, too.
Yep, Noblesville's defense has been on the field a lot. This one handed off to Brown. As we're inside the final minute of the third quarter. Looks like he lost a yard, actually.
Dalton Davis on the tackle for the Millers.
Brown lost a yard, so now it's 3rd down and 3. So they've done a pretty decent job on Jeffrey Brown. Bohr fakes the handoff. He's rolling out to his left, trying to find a receiver, and up the field he goes. Over shoots his receiver. That is, I think, Colin Stats, number 7. Yep.
It was probably good that Mr. Brown didn't get the ball because Dalton Davis was all over him.
That's why, when somebody like Davis, you got to keep somebody home like that for those, viable options. If he would have checked down and gone to Brown. Gailey back to punt for Fishers. And Zach Groover catches that punt for the Millers, finds his way up to the 20 where he gets knocked back.
Let's thank another one of our sponsors, Indiana Restoration. No job too small or too big for Indiana Restoration Service. Whether you're a homeowner or a large business experiencing water, fire, and storm, or mold remediation, or homeowners who simply needs a good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. 317-776-9942.
1.6 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Oh,
whoa.
Little jump. I'm not sure if it was the right tackle of Noblesville or the left defensive end. Yep, false start on Noblesville.
Craig, talking about Indiana Restoration with Hurricane Harvey in Houston, Indiana Restoration's loading up a crew, and they're heading down there to Houston to help out our neighbors down south on that terrific hurricane that went through.
That's outstanding, and I saw that, and I'd have to look at Matthew Cherry's Fisher's baseball Twitter as well, but I know that Justin Keever tweeted out that coaches, in the Houston area, no matter who they go to, they're looking for each coach who the tweet got out to send 20 shirts and 10 pair of shoes down there in the relief efforts because some people aren't going to have any of their belongings when they come out of this, and that's just, we don't know what that feels like.
No.
And we need to step in people's shoes, and it's great that people are stepping up like this. There are people loading up their boats and going down
we're
to help.
going in the fourth quarter here, Craig. Let's thank Bill Clifford. He is currently a sergeant with Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and has committed his life to serving communities with integrity. As a resident of Westfield with his wife Cheryl and 3 kids, family safety is Clifford's top priority, and he understands the Sheriff's Office must be proactive against new threats in order to best protect you. For more information, follow the campaign on Facebook, Clifford for Sheriff, or remember to vote for Bill Clifford, Hamilton County Sheriff, on May 8th, 2018, or follow him on Facebook at Bill Clifford for Sheriff. And his website, cliffordforsheriff.com.
Running the ball that time, Christian Collier. Brings up 3rd and 13. Check that 3rd and 11. Noblesville with the ball at their own 15. Back to pass. Gremmel looking, finds a receiver, and that's Anthony Nail out there, number 27.
Looks like he probably picked up 7 or 8 yards over there.
Nail up to the 27.
Davis on the tackle for the Fishers Tigers.
Pickup of 12 on that catch by Nail. 4th and 3 at their own 27. And they'll go 5 wide here on 4th down, 4th and 3 at the 27.
Big play.
Huge for Noblesville. And Collier can't handle it. Would have caught the ball at the 32. And
Fishers takes over with a short field here. 11-12 left in the fourth quarter. Fishers is up 26-0. Want to thank everybody on Facebook and Fisher Sports Network and Hamilton County TV and also any of you who are watching on Indiana High School TV for joining us here for Hoosier Crossroad action.
11-12 left, fourth quarter. Handoff. 20, Dylan Scally, and wondering why we haven't seen him in a while. Picks up a pair there. 2nd and 8 at the Noblesville 25. So once again, another short field for Fishers.
And I'm sure that Fishers wants to use as much of this clock as they possibly can, being up 26-0 with a little over 10 minutes left to go in the game.
And Fisher's going to do their darndest to keep this clock rolling with no Noblesville points on the board. Vore hands the ball off. Looks like Brown to the 25. That's no gain maybe on the pickup.
Eddie Jennick on the tackle for the Millers.
Jennick has been in on a lot of plays tonight. Third down and 8 at the 25 of Noblesville. Once again, our game next week will be Noblesville at Westfield. Last check at halftime, it was Westfield up 14-7 at Zionsville at the half. Vore's pass, incomplete. It looked like if he was going to get the ball extended that far, Deshaun Graham could have caught that ball, but incomplete. Brings up 4th down and 8 at the 25. Not sure if this is a 42-yarder in the range of Ben Norton or if they just want to go for it.
Take time off the clock. Because let's face it, the Nobles offense, you're going to be, if they take it over, you're going to be 75 yards away from.
Vore back to pass. And that ball is
complete.
Caught. And that's number 7, Colin Stats. $14 yards down to the Noblesville 11.
Tackle there.
First and 10 from Noblesville's 11-yard line.
So 1st and 10 at the Noblesville 11. They can get to the 1 and still get a first down. The ball is fumbled. The snap is, and back to the 20. So a 9-yard loss by Vore. Second and 19 at the 20-yard line. Clock rolling, 8:46 left here in the fourth quarter. Twins here to the near. Vore back in the pocket. Completes the pass to Stats. Down to the 15 for a 5-yard pickup.
Terrell on the tackle for the Millers.
That'll bring up 3rd and 14 at the Noblesville 15. Dunnick in motion. They hand the ball off to Brown. Brown going to try and bring it to the wide side. And Battle takes him down at about the 9-yard line.
Battle on the tackle for the Millers.
6 yards on the pickup by Brown. Brings up 4th down and 8 at the Noblesville 9. And now they'll bring on Ben Norton for what looks to be a 26-yard field goal. The snap, the hold, and the kick is up and good. So with 7:07 left here in the fourth quarter.
The score is 29 to Fishers, 0 to Noblesville. Want to thank Logan Street Signs. Celebrating 25 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit their new website, loganstreetsigns.com, or check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provide you with the same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out on the website, noblesvilletrophies.com. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing healthcare services where and when patients need them. For any questions, contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or their website, ecommunity.com.
Kickoff from the foot up Ben Norton. And Collier bobbles it, gets up to the 9-yard line. It almost would have been a good thing if he would have just let that ball go in the end zone.
Yeah, at least
but
got it,
you get anxious as a kick returner. So Noblesville will take over at, they'll call it the 10-yard line. Blevins up the middle he goes to about the 16-yard line. .6:35 left fourth quarter. Gremmel back to pass, looking, and Collier can't reel it in. Third down and 4 at their own 16-yard line. Clock stops, 6:32 left. As the Millers frantic to
12 seconds left to go on the play clock.
Gremmel gets flushed out left, and he is all but sacked there. Escapes again. Blevins with a nice block from
Picked
behind.
up some blocks.
Up to the 24, 25-yard line. He ran for the first down. Up to the 25. Picked up 9 did Gremmel. First down, Noblesville. Their 7th rushing first down of the night. Going 5 wide again. Gremmel looking off the hands of Carson Sanders. Three wide to the far, 2 to the near. Gremmel looking. Williams, the intended receiver. Broken up there by 56, Michael Nettleton.
Nettleton for Fishers has had a pretty good game here tonight on the defensive end.
He's broken up a couple passes and had a couple good run stops. Third down and 10 at their own 25. Gremmel back to pass again. Finds Russi at about the 35. Now 40. Up to the 42. 17-yard pickup.
Late flag went in there, Craig. I'm not sure.
So we'll see. And the official is facing the Fishers defense, so we'll see what the call is here. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Wow. So we'll tack on to that 17-yard gain. From the 42.
That's huge.
15 more yards.
Coach Rick Wimmer will not be happy about that, Craig.
No, you're up 29 points. There's no excuse for having a penalty like that. Yeah. At any point in the game, but mind you, half quarter left, you're up 29. Gremmel, screenplay. That's Luke Blevins down. He got to the 40. I believe he picked up 3.
Luke Thomas kind of blew that play up a little bit there, the defensive linebacker for Fishers.
3-yard pickup by Blevins. Gremmel picked off again. That is Sontich, Seth Sontich.
Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers.
Things just aren't going right for Noblesville's offense. They get a little bit of groove and then an interception. And Fisher's going to try and grind out the remainder of this clock.
Yeah, 5:19 and counting left in this ball game. They're not going to be in any hurry.
That ball looks like that was run by 24, Alec Green. Four-yard pickup by Alec Green. Handoff again. I think that's Green.
Yeah, they're not going to be in any hurry right now.
He might have got back to the 40 for no gain. Third down and 6 at their own 40. Vore back to pass to Stats. He got up to the 47 for
another first down.
7-yard pickup and a Fisher's first down.
All Fishers has to do is continue to move that chain.
3:55 left here in the fourth. Glad you've joined us tonight. Greg Atkins with Perry Williams. Fisher's marching up toward midfield. Just eating away the clock. Vore hands it off. And it looks like Scally on the carry. Up near midfield. Picked up a couple, I believe. We'll give him a pickup of 2. Scally again. Gets to midfield. He might have gotten down to the 49 for a 2-yard pickup. Special shout out tonight to our crew this evening. Ben Klyla upstairs on the camera. Spencer Gilbert, our intern, they're doing a fine job this evening. And of course our executive producer, Jim Wofford. He's also paying attention to our second broadcast of the night, Avon at Hamilton Southeastern, over at 126th and Oleo.
That's what I was thinking.
I will never say that again. Vore back to pass, and that ball is caught.
Wow.
Deshaun Graham. 13-yard pickup by Graham. And another Fisher's first down. Oh, my grandma calling. I'm going to have to call her back after the broadcast. Taking a trip to West Virginia to pay her a visit.
All right.
Tomorrow for a couple days.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. Again on the carry, that's Green, Alec Green.
She's probably going to tell you she's seeing a lot of rain, maybe. Huh?
Oh, yeah. She's in the Charleston, West Virginia area. They may be seeing some rain. Looks like about a 6-yard pickup by Green. Two minutes and change left here. Quarter number 4. Like we said earlier, next week's broadcast will be a little bit west of here. Noblesville will go visit Westfield. On the carry again, Alec Green. Picks up another first down to the 21, so a 9-yard pickup.
I'll tell you what, if Alec Green is their third running back, they got 3 good running backs, that bring different things to the game here for the Fishers Tigers. Miller's defense has got to be just totally exhausted.
I'd be curious to see what the time of possession is.
It'd be scary, I think.
Because you really don't see many substitutions on Coach Adam Metzler's defense out there, so it's a long evening for the Noblesville defense. 1:20 left here in the fourth. Green again. Tackled by Jenick at the 22.
Well, I mean, you can kind of tell the situation on that defensive side. There's a bunch of players standing down here on the sidelines with jerseys on and shorts. And
You see that on both sides, too.
Soccer, volleyball next week.
Don't forget to check our website and for soccer and volleyball next week, because we got to broadcast those also, the soccer and volleyball games.
I believe those are listed there.
Yeah, they are.
Green again carries the ball, and that probably will be the final play of this ball game.
Want to thank Bill Clifford for Sheriff being one of our sponsors. He's currently a sergeant in Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and committed his life to serving community with integrity. A resident of Westfield with 3 kids, family safety is Clifford Shell's top priority. Check him out for more information on his campaign on Facebook at Clifford for Sheriff. And remember, vote Bill Clifford, Hamilton County Sheriff, on May 8th, 2018.
Well,
Greg, what are your final closings?
Final thoughts. It's going to be, obviously a happy Rick Wimmer. And, it's back to the drawing board, at least defensively, for Jason Simmons and the Millers. I mean, it's tough when you just you try and try, but your defense spends so much time on the field.
Absolutely, and at times if they give up a big play, they're in trouble. But let's close out here, Craig, and we'll be at Westfield next week for Westfield Noblesville, and that's our only game next week in football, because we got volleyball and girls soccer next week. So this is Perry Williams along with Craig Atkins, and we want to thank the Fisher Sports Network for joining us here tonight. And you young men, I hope you enjoyed yourself sitting in the student section for the big win for the Fishers Tigers.
Yeah, they got some rest. They'll have the Mudsock next week, and Noblesville travels to Westfield. Well, that'll be our Week 4 Game of the Week here on Hamilton County TV. Thank you all for joining us. So long, everybody.